Okay, this is video 5 of the Board of County Commission meeting, and it was October 19th, the morning of October 19th. This is the afternoon right now, and they released a video of it, and we're just going back through it, watching Steve Brentrow answer questions. Unfortunately, there's a lot of questions he can't answer, and that's a shame. He plays off, he keeps playing off that it's all in the feasibility study. It's in the feasibility study, and admittedly he's stating that he can't enter into any agreements because he's not the entity and the entity doesn't exist. So it's a fallacy. This is just about getting control and creating another layer of bureaucracy, a layer of taxation. And you heard him a second ago in video number 4. He stated he would love to make Jeff Bergosh's job easier, so by creating a town, and taking over stuff. And, all it's going to take is 5 votes to create new taxes, and then we will take over Parks and Rec, and we will take over the roads, and we will start a fire department. All it takes is 5 votes, or 3 votes, probably, actually. I don't know. I'm sure the majority there, So help me stop this. Here we go. This is the last, I guess, 5 minutes or so here.
So no roads, no schools, no fire, no parks. You're not sure what services you're going to do. You think that there wouldn't be utility taxes, but I don't see how you get the revenue you need to get to the shared state revenue if you don't hit utility taxes.
And that's documented in the report.
And I saw utility taxes in the report, so I don't understand how you could say there's not
utility taxes are mentioned in the report, and then if you'll remember, it says it's not listed as one of the items that's collected. A balanced budget was possible without collecting utility taxes.
I just don't see that.
And you talk about benefits as well, and one important benefit that I want to point out is every new town in the state of Florida is required in the first 3 years to produce its own comprehensive long-term plan, own planning and zoning and land use development code for a more localized, community-centric planning and zoning.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I've had several residents, they're very concerned. We have a habitat conservation plan at Perdido Key, which is a large portion of the economic engine that would drive a new city. We also have a very, very detailed master plan. I support both of those. We've worked very hard. I've got Tim Day here. So is the new city, is the intention, because I've heard some folks that want to limit development, and they think that this will be a tool that they can do it. But I would say to those folks, we already have a very, very difficult process with the Habitat Conservation Plan and the Master Plan. Would it be the intention to change those plans? And Tim, could they even change those plans? Could they? I don't think you can disregard the Habitat Conservation Plan even if they incorporate it.
That is a delegation to Escambia County, so
we would still be in charge.
That would be up in the air if they wanted to come in, and the feds would have to be involved in whether or not the delegation would be able to be assigned to the new city or not, and it may be that it can't be.
Yeah,
I don't know the answer to that.
I just think there's a ton of meat on the bones. I get it. You guys are pushing this thing to get it in, but it almost is starting to feel like a square peg being jammed into the round hole because you're out of time in terms of a lot of these things. I understand the feasibility study. I get all that. I want to be supportive as I can, but I think that the facts have to come out. And that utilities tax, that's something that, you look at a utility bill in the city of Pensacola, I've done it. I'm in the unincorporated. My bills are 10% less. My brother lives in the city. He gets a bang, 10% right on the top. And Pensacola makes a lot of money on that. Hey, Steve, does Century charge that utilities tax?
Century has a franchise fee. I do not know what the percentage, but they do have their own agreement with.
It's a primary source of revenue. 20,000 folks in that study area.
Well, gentlemen, I know you have a lot on your agenda today, and
we're almost done, actually.
You just squeezed me in, so I do appreciate the time.
Thank you,
and
Steve.
I look forward.
Nice job, Stephen, cutting him off. I love it. Bergosh about to make the point. Going to be a lot of money raised on that tax. And admittedly, it's not in the study. It's in the study, excuse me. It's just not in the budget yet. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. Because they've got to raise an equivalent of 3 mills of property tax of the appraised property values out there to get to state shared revenue, which is their big payment. Their big money. So here we go.
Working with
so
county
Steve,
staff.
if I could just say one other thing, some of the things about elections and how they would be and qualifying, If you haven't reached out to David Stafford, I would do that
Yes,
as well.
we sat down with him.
Okay. Which was probably, because I don't think he had when we.
They've already talked with David Stafford about how to run elections. That's their most important part. They want to run elections. But before coming to the Board of County Commissioners, they figured out how to run elections. I love it. If that doesn't speak volumes, whoo.
Originally discussed it when we got this report. So again, it just seems like
He provided some recommendations. We passed them to the municipal attorney, and he's actually adjusting the verbiage of the charter as we speak. So,
and I think that's what I'm saying. That's what needed to happen with us. You've gone to the sheriff, you've gone to the supervisor of elections. You didn't come to us.
now, I'm sorry. I didn't want to overstep my bounds.
I don't think that's overstepping your bounds.
Yeah.
You're leading this way, and the citizens needed to know what's going to happen when it January 1st, 2025, if it passes. And
Thankfully, we're still a long way off. So there's a lot of eyes.
You're not a long way off from the bill. That's where it gets settled, is my understanding. So, all right. Anyway, so yeah,
Thanks, Steve.
Tom, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
So, board, all that was for me to say that I think they can talk to the administrator and the attorney, which they should have been doing. So.
Yeah, like 6 months ago, they should.
All right, super. Madam Attorney?
There are 2 items on the county attorney's.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, that's it. I'm not going to say fireworks, but I'm going to say this thing is not ready for prime time. And lo and behold, but they're going to push it. They're going to push it. And just wait. This has got to get stopped. Help me, please. Help me, please. Woo! That's it. We're signing off. This one ended up being just 7 minutes. So I ended up with 5 videos that are all around 7 or 8 minutes. I know. I'm sorry. I wish I could do it quicker. But try to get through all of them. It really means a lot to me. It means a lot to you. They're going to mean a lot to y'all when we have to fight this. Because we've got to fight this, please. Thank you for your time.